So hi, can you hear me? Yeah. So in our last class, we discussed about this how to work with the Bluetooth, like how to enable the Bluetooth and how to disable the Bluetooth, how to get the nearby Bluetooth devices. These things we've seen in the yesterday's class, right? So we'll do one thing. So today's session, we'll see how to upload the APK file into Play Store. So that process we'll see in the today's session. So let me open that yesterday's application. Let's take. I want to upload the application what we created yesterday. The Bluetooth example is there, right? That example I want to upload into Play Store. I want to upload that APK file. I want to upload into Play Store. I want to upload. Yesterday's example, BTEX is application name. Let's select this BTEX. So this is what the app we created. This is what the app we created, and we created a switch button component we created here. We created a switch button component we created, Bluetooth. A switch button component we created, and we created a normal button we created called get BT devices button we created. We created what? Get BT devices button we created, and even we configured the click event also. We configured for this button, we configured the click event Android on click is equals to get BT devices. This method, this get BT devices method, we had to create in the activity class. We had to create this method, this get BT devices method. We had to create in the activity class. So once if you click that button, it's going to call the on click method. So we seen this logic we seen in yesterday's class. Now my requirement is today, I want to upload this APK file. I want to upload into Play Store. I want to upload this APK file. So how can we upload this APK file into Play Store? So there are two options are there. Let's take, I want to test the application. Let's take first option. So if you want to test an application, we require APK file is required, APK file. If you want to get the APK file, you can choose the option called tools option. You can choose here. Here you can find the option called what? Sorry, not tools. You can find the option called build. You can find the option called build option. You can find here. So here you can find the option called build APK, generate signed APK. When you click on this build APK file, it is going to generate one APK file. It will generate what? One APK file it will generate, but this APK file is not for the testing purpose. The APK file is not for what? Testing purpose. Sorry. The APK file is not for the deployment purpose. APK file is only for testing purpose. Once if you click on that build APK file, it's loading here. The build APK file is only for what? Testing purpose. We cannot deploy that APK file. We cannot deploy into Play Store. We cannot deploy that APK file. We cannot deploy. See, the APK file build process is completed. See, build APK generated successfully. So you got a message you got here. When you click on this reveal in folder, you can find the APK file. You can find in the a folder. You can find the APK file. You can copy this APK file in the any one of the Android device. You can copy and you can test that application. You can test. This is a normal how to build normal APK file. But this APK file is not sufficient to upload the APK file into Play Store. This is not enough to, this is not the right approach to upload the APK file into Play Store. This APK file you cannot deploy into Play Store. If you want to deploy an application into Play Store, if you want to deploy into Play Store, we had to generate a signed APK file we had to generate. We had to generate what? A signed APK file we had to generate. If you want to generate that signed APK file, select the app. So here you can find the option called build option. You can find here. Here you can find the option called what? Build is the option name you can find. In this build option, you can find an option called generate signed APK. Here you can find an option called what? Generate signed APK is option name. So click on this generate signed APK. Click on generate signed APK. Click on what? Generate signed APK. Click on this next. Click on what? Next. Observe here, I selected generate signed APK. Click on next. The first important thing is it is going to ask you to create the key store. See here, generating a signed APK means nothing but you're going to get two files you're going to get here. One is the signed key. Second thing is the APK file. What are the two things? One is what? The signed key. Second thing is the APK file. Okay. You have to keep that signed key in a safe place, because once if you lost that signed key, then you cannot, if you want to give any update, if you want to give to your application, at that time it is going to, we had to rebuild our APK file, had to rebuild. At that time, it is going to ask you the signed key, the generated signed key is going to ask you. So the signed key should be in a safe place, and don't share that signed key with anyone, because if anyone is having that signed key and the APK file, they can upload that APK file, they can upload into Playstore, they can upload. So the signed key is the most confidential information than your APK file. Because anyway, once if you upload the APK file into Playstore, anyone can download that one. But that is not the important thing. What is the important thing? The signed key is most important. Okay. So let's take first, we are generating the first time, we are generating the APK file, we are generating first time. So we had to generate what? The new signed key we had to generate. So we had to generate what? A new signed key we had to generate. Let's specify the key store path. Where you want to generate that signed key, we have to select that path, we have to select here. So here you can find an option called, you can create a new one you can create, or you can choose any existing one you can select. You can create any new key store path you can select, or you can choose any existing key store path you can select here. Which one you want to do? Which one you want to do? You want to create a new one you want to create, or you want to take the existing one you want to take? You have to choose here. So here I want to take the new one I want to create. Let's select an option called create new. Let's choose an option called what? Create new. Specify the key store path here. I mean, where you want to create this signed key, you have to select that signed location, signed key path, you have to specify here. Browse and specify the location where you want to generate this signed key. Let's take here in my computer's desktop. I'm creating a new folder. I'm creating. There is a folder called APK is a folder name, or otherwise I'm creating a new folder I'm creating called BT APK file, Bluetooth APK file. In this location, I want to generate that signed key I want to generate. What is the signed key name we have to configure here? What is the signed key name we have to configure? Let's take, I'm configuring here BTS key, BT signed key. See, the extension is going to create with what? With .jks extension it will store. The signed key will be generated with .jks extension. The signed key will be what? Generate. So let's store the APK, let's store the signed key. In this location, we are storing this signed key. Click on this OK button. This is one thing we specified. Just we specified the signed key location we specified. We specified what? We specified what? The signed key location is specified. The file extension what? With .jks. And you have to configure the password you have to configure. What is the password for the signed key? You have to configure the password you have to configure here. So I'm configuring some password I'm configuring here. I configured some password I configured. I configured what? A password I configured here. Next thing is the alias. Alias means nothing but you have to configure a name you have to configure here. You can give any name you can specify for your application. Okay. Okay. You can give any name you can specify for this alias. Just I specified BT is the name I specified. The Bluetooth. Okay. Next, what is the password for this one? Let's configure the password. Here you have to configure the same password like what you given while you're while you specify the key store path. Okay. Next, how many years this app you want to validate in the Play Store? How many years you want to validate this app in the Play Store? We have to specify that number of years we have to specify here. How many years you want to validate this application in the Play Store? Let's take, you can specify the count. Let's take, I want to validate this application in the 100 years. I want to validate this application in the Play Store. I specified 100, I specified. So 100 years, this application will be available in the Play Store. Okay. The next thing is nothing but we had to configure your developer credentials. You had to configure like what is the developer name, what is the developer name, okay, organization unit. We had to configure all these things. We had to configure here. Let's take, I'm configuring the name I'm configuring here. Mahesh is the name I configured. What is the organization unit? Android. What is the organization? Cubics I specified. In which city? Hyderabad. What is the state? Just had to configure the developer credentials. Had to configure. Let's take for example, which company is offering this APK file. I mean, which companies develop this APK file. So that details we are configuring in the APK file. We are configuring. So what is the country code? Country code is 91 is a country code. 91 is a country code I configured. Okay. So click on this OK button. Click on this OK button. Okay. And once we select this, once we select the next button, click on OK and select the next button. Next, the signed key generated. The signed key generation process is done. And now here it's generating the APK file, is generating here, generate signed APK. And you had to choose a location. You had to choose here in which location you want to generate that signed APK file. You had to choose a location. You had to choose here where you want to generate that signed APK file. And we'll select the same location. We'll select in the device desktop. On desktop, a BT APK file in this location will place the APK file. Also will place in this location. BT APK file. Click on this finish button. Click on the finish button. So if you want to upload the APK file, if you want to upload into Play Store, if you want to upload the APK file, the first thing is we have to generate what? The signed APK file we have to generate. And once if we generate the signed APK file, you're going to get two things you are going to get. One is the signed key. Second thing is the APK file. I'll repeat again. First thing is signed key. Second thing is what? APK. The signed key is the most confidential information. You should not share that signed key with anyone. If you want to, you can upload the APK file. You can. Why that is important is because further, if you want to update the APK file, if you want to update in future, we require that signed key. We require. That's why I had to keep in a safe place. I had to save that signed key for further updations. If you want to do anything, we require that signed key is required. Okay. Yeah. So now here, observe here, generate signed key. APK is generated successfully. Click on this reveal in folder. Now here on desktop, we created this signed key we generated. See, this is a signed key name, bts key.jks. This is the signed key. This is what? The signed key. And this is the APK file name, app-release.apk. App-release.apk. You can keep the same name you can keep, or if you want, you can rename that APK file. You can rename, let's take it is Bluetooth scanner.apk. Just I'm giving a name I'm giving for this APK file called Bluetooth scanner.apk is a file name. Bluetooth scanner.apk is a file name. Okay, now we generated the signed key we generated, as well as we generated the signed key we generated, as well as we generated the signed APK file also we generated. Now this APK file you can upload into Play Store. You can upload this APK file, you can upload into Play Store. But the first thing, if you want to upload the APK file, if you want to upload into Play Store, if you want to upload an APK file, you required an account with $25. Let's take here, for example, let's take the website is play.google.com/apps/publish. This is a URL. This is a URL. What is URL? What is the URL we configured here? play.google.com, play.google.com/apps/publish. So once if you give that URL, it is asking to log in with your Gmail credentials. It is asking to log in with your Gmail credentials. So you had to log in with our Gmail credentials. We had to log in. I'm specifying here. Let's take Mahesh. So I already have an account with this Gmail account. Already have a Play Store account. If you don't have a Play Store account, it is going to ask you clearly. It is going to give the instructions how to register with the Google Play Store. It's simple. You had to get an account with $25. You had to get an account with $25. That $25 is for lifetime. You can host n number of apps you can host into Play Store. You can host the n number of apps you can host into the Play Store. Okay. And the validity is also not for 1 year. The validity is for lifetime. But the same thing in case of iOS, it's a reverse. But here in Android, it's a lifetime. Lifetime, you can hold n number of apps you can host in the platform. So in my account, these all the applications are deployed into Play Store. This BLE Finder 1.0, Dialog 1.0, this events, like there are some applications and even if you see here the total installations, see active by total, meaning total installations are 50 is the total installations for this BLE Finder. Still it is available in the 9 devices, still the app is available like that. See here, now the total installations for this Mahesh Tutorials app is there, right? This Mahesh Tutorials app, the total installations are 429 is the total installations. Still the app is available in 265 devices, still the app is available. Still the app is available in 265 devices, the app is available still. The total installations are 429 is the total installations. Like that information you're going to get here. Okay, now our requirement is what? We want to deploy a new application we want to deploy into Play Store. We built APK file, right? We get a project called BT Scanner APK file. That APK file I want to upload into Play Store I want to upload. So here you can find the option called create application is the option. Here you can find the option called what? Create application is the option name. Click on this create application. Click on create application. When you choose a create application, first thing it is asking, what is the title? What is the title for your application? We had to specify the title name, we had to specify here. I'm specifying the title name as Bluetooth scanner is the correct title. Just to give it a name, that's it. Bluetooth scanner is the application name. Click on this create button. So first, when you choose that create application, it is asked, the first thing it is asked what is the application name? We get an application title we specified as Bluetooth scanner is the title name we specified. Next, after that, we had to give some description we had to give. See here, we had to complete these steps we had to complete. APK, store listing, content rating, all these 4 steps we had to complete. APK, store listing. So all these things we have to complete. These 4 steps we have to complete here. APK, store listing, content rating, and pricing and distribution. These 4 things we have to complete now. Let's take the first option called APK. I'm selecting this APK option. I'm selecting here APK. So when you choose that APK option, it is asking to upload the APK file into Play Store. See, upload your first APK into what? Production. When you click on that APK, it is asking to upload the APK file. Click on this upload APK file to production. Browse. Choose an option in your system where the APK file is available. Where the APK file is available, let's choose that APK file location. In case of our system, it's in desktop. It's on desktop. There is a folder called APK. Sorry, BT APK file. In this Bluetooth APK file, you can find this APK file. You can find called btscanner.apk. BT scanner.apk. Let's choose this APK file. pdscanner.apk, draft in prod. That's it. We uploaded the APK file, we uploaded into Playstore, we uploaded. I mean, still only one step is done. One step is completed. The first step, APK uploading is done. And the supported devices, total the app will support for 12,324 types of devices it will support. The app will support for 12,324 device models it will support. Okay. And the excluding devices is 0. There is no any excluded devices. And what is the version name? So this information it is going to show you in the APK file first. In APK section, it's going to show you, it's going to ask you to upload the APK file into Play Store. We can the APK file, and so we have to configure a few things we have to configure. Next, what is next one? Store listing. So APK file is done. See, we got the right mark we got for APK, we got the right mark we got, meaning APK process is done. Second thing is what? Store listing. Second thing is what? Store listing. Click on the store listing. When you select the store listing option, it is asking to specify the project name or title of your application. We specified the application title is specified as Bluetooth scanner is the title you specified. Bluetooth scanner. Give a short description about this application, like I'm specifying here Bluetooth scanner app is used to manage Bluetooth and used to get nearby BT devices. So just I'm configuring some description. I'm configuring about this APK file. Like when a short description I configured, and I configured some full description I configured. Short description means only you can specify 80 characters max, but here you can configure around 4,000, maybe 4,000 or 4,000 characters you can configure in case of it's a full description. Okay, so again a title is specified, the short description is specified, and we specified the full description is specified about your application. And if you scroll down, you can find an option called graphic assets. You can find an option called what? Graphic assets option you can find here. See, what is this graphic option? Graphic assets is nothing but when someone opens a Play Store, let's take here, play.google.com. When someone opens a Play Store, when someone chooses your application, the first thing it is going to show you, let's say here I want to download an, it's all of when you try to download any application from the Play Store, when you try to download, let's take here, I'm setting an option called Pokemon Go option, I'm selecting here. So when you try to download an application, it is going to show you some icon or not. See here, there is an application icon for this one, Pokemon Go. There is an application icon, and here you can find some screenshots you can find here. Maybe it's still loading because of slow internet. When you choose an option, when you choose, see here, the first thing it is going to show you, the application icon it is showing here. See here, it is showing the application icon, correct or not? It's about the application icon, and this is about the video file for the application, a video file for our application. The next thing is you'll get some screenshots you'll get about our application. About the application, you'll get some screenshots you'll get. So these kind of all the things we had to configure in our application, I had to configure. Just we specified the title, the short description and long description. Just scroll down. You can find an option called graphic assets. You can find an option called what? Graphic assets option you can find here. The first important thing is we had to add a minimum 2 screenshots. We had to add a minimum of how many screenshots? 2 screenshots we had to add for our application. We had to add at least 2 screenshots are required for our project. Let's do one thing. In our yesterday, so once again, this is what the app we created, right? We'll try to take some screenshots. We'll try to take BTX is a project name. I've taken a screenshot. I've taken this is one image, and then select this Bluetooth on button. Okay, now the Bluetooth is in on state. I'm taking one more screenshot. I'm taking here another screenshot. So another screenshot. Okay, so now we got some screenshots. Actually we stored the screenshots. We stored on desktop. We stored the screenshots. Click on this add screenshot option. So basically it's required. Basically it's mandatory. We had to add the screenshots. We had to add. So on desktop, the file is available on desktop. Users, desktop. There are 2 screenshots. We had to add these 2 screenshots. We had to add. Okay, so we added the 2 screenshots. We added for application. Whatever screenshots are required, that's 2 screenshots we added. A minimum of 2 screenshots. Just scroll down. Then after that, see these 2 are the mandatory. You can find here this. See screenshots are mandatory. Here it's showing here. This asterisk symbol it is showing, right? Meaning it's what? It's mandatory. It's what? It's mandatory. Just scroll down. You can find the option called high resolution icon. You can find here. You can find the option called high resolution icon, but the icon size should be 512 by 512 pixel is the icon size. What is the icon size? It should be 512 by 512 and a promographic image. Also we required this the asterisk symbol you can find even for this. A promographic also you can find this asterisk symbol, meaning it's mandatory. It's what? It's mandatory. So let's add the high resolution icon for this one first. High resolution icon 512 by 512. Now we'll do one thing. We'll try to get an icon for our application. If you have any icon for your application, basically you had to design your application with 512 by 512, 512 pixel by 512 pixel. You had to design an application. The extension is .png is the extension. It is preferred. So I don't have any application icon. Just dumbly we created that app. So icon is required for our application. So that's why I'm trying to download an icon. I'm trying to download. Bluetooth. Okay, let's take this is I want to set as my application icon. I want to set this one. I want to set as my application icon. Any one of the image. Let's take I'm taking this one, a view image. I want to get the image in PNG format. In which tool you want? 512 by 512. Let's download this 512 by 512 image. Basically, if if you're working for any real-time application, definitely there should be an application icon. So we had to create that application icon, we had to configure with 512 by 512 MB size. We had to configure. Okay, so we required we downloaded image, we downloaded icon. Let's add that image. In a system where that icon is located, let's specify that icon location. This icon, application icon, a bluetooth.png. This is our application icon. Let's choose this one. It's not a valid image. It's shown high resolution icon. Okay, as of now, temporarily I'm specifying this one. I'm specifying this play.png. Let's see whether it will accept or not. Showing as a high resolution icon. PNG. It's download with 512 size. 512 is the size. Download. So basically, this flat icon is a website name. You can get the icons. You can get in this flat icon. You can get the icons. I will try our luck with this icon. The new icon what we downloaded. Yeah. So now this icon is accepted. This is the application icon. This is what the application icon. And what is the next one? Next thing is the promo graphic. Promo graphic means nothing but in the Play Store. You're going to get this image. You are going to get in the Play Store application background. You are going to get this promo graphic image. What is the size now? It's 1024 by 500. Exactly, it should be 1024 by 500 should be the size. So what we'll do? We'll do one thing. Better we'll create our own image. We'll create with this sizes. 1024 is the width and 500 is the. I opened the paint. I opened. 1024 is the width. 1024 is the width and 500 is the height. 1024 is the width and 500 is what? 500 is the height of that particular UI component. Just actually we had to create the original image we had to create, but we don't have that much time and we don't have. Just our requirement is how to upload the APK file into Play Store. Just imagine this is a promo graphic image. We'll save this image. We'll save because they required an image with 1024 by 500 size for promo graphic. That's why we create some dummy image we are creating. We create dummy image we created with this size. 1024 is the width and 500 is the height. This is a promo graphic image. So we'll add this image. We'll add the promo graphic image. We'll add here. So add a future graphic. Add future graphic. So click on this one. Click on this button and add that promo graphic image. On desktop I stored. Design title. This is a background. It's uploading here. It is uploading. Yeah. Now we are done with this feature graphic. We are done. We are done with the feature graphic image. 1024 is the width and 500 is the height. And we don't require this promo graphic because there is no any asterisk mark here. So it's an optional parameter. It's an optional parameter. You can leave this parameter. You can leave the optional parameter. Okay. So we configured the APK file we uploaded. Now we are in the process of store listing. We are in the process of store listing. We configured the title, we configured message, we configured a description, we configured, and we added some screenshots. We added some icon. We added, and student required this TV banner and all. And yeah, that's it. The important thing is we have to select here. What is the categorization? Meaning what? And before this, after adding these images, there are TV banners. Some other things are there, but it's not required. Because we have not created the app for TV and other things we are not required. We are not created. Just if you scroll down, you can find one more option you can find called promo video. Meaning some applications when you try to download from Play Store, you're going to get a video file you're going to get, right? It's going to show you the video file about that particular product. It will show the video file. So if you have that video file, let's specify that video file path. Let's specify the video file path. Otherwise, you can make it empty. No, icon is specified in the map in our project resource folder. Map by default, you'll get the application icon. Will get by default. Of course, that application icon and the Playstore application icon is different now. Once the application is installed, you are going to get one application. But the Playstore icon we specified different icon is specified here. Basically, in the real world, it's going to be both should be same actually. The application icon and Playstore icon both should be same. Got it right? Yeah. So if you have a video file, promo video file, let's configure the video URL. Otherwise, just leave it this one empty. And this one is important. Authentic application type. What kind of application it is? It is a games or it is an application? Is it a game or is it an application? It is a application, right? So we had to choose an option called what? Application option we had to choose. Once if you select this application option, once if you select the applications option, the next question it will ask you, what is the category? What kind of application it is? It is a beauty, it is a beauty or comics or dating, education, events. What kind of app it is? It is what? It's an education app, correct or not? We are providing the information we are providing to nearby devices, whether Bluetooth is enabled or disabled or not. So here I selected the app type, I selected as education, I selected the app type. Education is the app type we specified. Then after that, see next option, we had to fill the content rating, we had to fill the next option. But this content rating, we are going to get automatically, we are going to get that content rating. So separately, you don't have to do anything for this content rating. Next, if you have a website, configure your website URL, configure the website URL. And if you have any email, let's configure the URL address and all. And finally, you can find the option called I'm submitting a privacy policy at this time. Meaning if you are submitting this one, configure the URL, privacy policy URL. If you are not submitting that privacy policy as of now, let's choose this option called not submitting a privacy policy URL at this time. So once this process is done, so we are in a second step now. First thing is APK. We are successfully done with the first step. Second thing is nothing but store listing. Store listing, we configure the title, we configure the store listing, short description we configure long description. What is the application icon? What is the screenshots? Next, what type of application it is? It is an application, it's education type of application. If you don't have a website, you can leave it because it's an option. It's not an optional parameter, right? There is no asterisk, meaning it's not a mandatory field, it's optional field. So you can leave it empty, you can leave. But email is mandatory. Don't say, okay, I don't have an email. Okay, you can create email, you can create. So email is mandatory, but its website it's an optional, it's not required. Okay, after completion of all these steps, if you go to top, if you go to top and if you see here, still it is showing as a gray color only, it is showing still. Still it is showing with gray color, it is showing still. Reason is nothing but, meaning second step is not done. Still the second step is not done. Which process is pending, Here you can find an option called content type, an option is there here. Content rating. See, content rating option, this option we have not filled here. From where you are going to get the option, from third phase. From the third phase is there, right? Content rating. In that content rating, you are going to get that. So remember here, after done with the second step, see, I'm done with all the steps in the second phase. So here you can find an option called save draft. What is the option name? Save draft. After filling all the details in the second section, go to top. Here you can find the option called save draft. Click on that save draft. Your application has been what? Saved. Application has been what? Saved. Now see here, see the second step also we got the right mark we got for second step. So even the second step is also done. The first step is done, APK. Second step is done, store listing. Third step is select the content rating. What is the third step? Content rating. In this content rating, Google Play is going to ask you a few questions. We had to ask for those questions. We had to give the answers like click on this next, first, continue. And next, we had to configure your email address. You had to configure. I configured what? The email address I configured here, email address and confirm email address. Then after that, you can find the option here called select your app category. Your app is category is what? Reference, news or educational or social networking or forums or customer or commercial streaming. What kind of application it is you have to choose here. So let's take our application is reference, news or educational. Our app category is what? Our application category is reference, news or educational. This is our app category. Click on this one. Click on this reference, news and all. So it is asking few questions. It is asking here, like first thing is violence. Can the app contains violent material? Yes or no? Yes or no? No, the app doesn't contain any violent information. Sexuality, no. The language, the app contains any potentially offensive language? No. Controlled substance? No. Miscellaneous? No. So you have to configure about all these things. You have to configure. You have to fill the questionnaire. Let's take, does the app natively allows the user to interact with the exchange content of others through communication? No. No, 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 no. Physically located other users? No. Click on this save questionnaire. So after filling all these details, based on the details what you specified here, you'll get an option called calculate rating is the option. You can find an option called calculate rating is the option name. Click on this calculate rating. See now, after selecting this calculate rating, now here just it is going to show you in different countries what is the different rating you got. In case of Brazil, we got this is the rating we got called class IND, and ESRB. So PEJ, USK, like in different countries, we got the different, what do you call, the rating we got for our application. Okay. So if you scroll down, if you scroll down, you can find the option called apply rating. In the bottom, we can find the option called apply rating is the option name we can find. Click on this apply rating. Click on what? The apply rating. Now the first three steps are done. We are done with the APK. We are done with the store listing, and we are done with what? The content rating we are done. And the last step, the final step is nothing but pricing and distribution. See now still the publish app is not available still. See it's in a disabled state. Publish app is in a disabled state still because still the fourth step is remaining. Click on this fourth step, the last process, that is pricing and distribution. Click on this pricing and distribution. So now here you can find two options you can find here. This application you want to give for free cost or it's a paid application you want to give. You have to choose an option here. This application you want to give as a free application or as a paid application. You have to configure here. Let's take I want to give this application as a free application I want to give, not a paid. So I'm selecting an option called free option and selected here. A free option and select here. Next, in this application you want to give, in which languages you want to give this application, you have to choose here. I'm selecting here, select all countries I'm selecting here. I selected what? Select all countries I selected here, meaning this application I want to give in all the countries I want to give this application. So that's why I choose an option called select all the countries. Select all countries. That's it. Once after selecting this option, just if you scroll down, you can find an option called Android, Wear, Android TV, Android Auto. Here, no need to do all these things, but here you can find here marketing optimization, content guidelines. This option I had to select here. This application meets the Android content guidelines, yes. And US export laws, I acknowledge that my software application may subject to the United States export laws. Okay. So that's it. So after filling these details, the last fourth step, pricing and distribution, we want to give as a free application we want to give, and all the languages I selected. Free and all the languages I selected. Okay, it's a paid application. The process is going to be different in case of it's a paid. So after selecting this free and after selecting all the devices and scroll down, you can find you can find the acknowledgement you can find here. I'm acknowledging that my application follows the US, what do you call, US laws and all. Okay. So after filling these details, you can find the option here in the top right corner. You can find again, you can find it option in the top right corner. Here you can find the option called save draft is option you can find here. Click on this save draft. Click on what? Save draft option you can find here. Now the app has been saved. Something is missing because we are going to get an option called publish APK. Okay, I selected states, I selected. We have to fill a few questions we have to fill here. Contains ads, yes or no? No. The app doesn't contain any ads. Android wearable, no. TV, no. Automobiles, no. Daydream, no. Design families, no. Google Play for work. Okay, now choose. Again, select this save draft. Yeah. Now the option is enabled called publish APK. Earlier last time, this option is not, I have not selected here. Whether this application contains the ads or not, that option I have not selected. But now I selected the option, no, it has no ads. So that's why we got an option called publish APK here. So finally we got an option called what? Publish APK. So publish app. Click on this publish app. Once if you click on this publish app, the APK file is going to be deployed into the Play Store, meaning anyone can download this APK file, anyone can download from the Play Store after publishing APK file. But observe what happens when you click the publish APK. See, you are processing your update. It can take several hours until it is available throughout what? The Google Play. Meaning immediately once if you select this publish app, immediately you will not get into Play Store, you will not get immediately. It will take some time that is based on their traffic in the Google Play Store and all. Based on that, they'll upload the APK file into Play Store, they'll upload. Just they're going to check, like we configured a lot of things we configured, doesn't contain any ads, doesn't contain sexuality, doesn't contain any violence and all. Really, all these things are available in the app or not, just they'll test that. Okay. But probably in the next half an hour to 1 hour, you're going to get the application, will get in the Play Store, will get that application. This is how to upload the APK file into Play Store. We get an APK file for demonstration and we uploaded that APK file, we uploaded into Play Store, we uploaded the APK file.